Deep dive into calf training. Calves tend to be one of the most stubborn muscle groups that many people struggle to develop. And here are 5 things to consider in order to improve the efficiency of your calf training. Number 1 is frequency of stimulus. Calves can recover from being trained more frequently than many other or even any other muscle group due to their very high work capacity. You walk around with them all day. I would suggest training them 3 times a week if you're trying to bring them up, maybe even more frequently if they're a real weak point and you're recovering in time, okay? So that is frequency. Number 2 is intensity. Calves can probably handle being trained with more intensity than the majority of other muscle groups. Consider training them to failure or at least 0 reps in reserve each time that you train them, okay? So we've got frequency, we've got intensity, all right? Then we want to consider rep range. Calves tend to respond very, very well to higher rep ranges. Don't be afraid to go 30 reps and above as opposed to the normal 8 to 12 hypertrophy rep range. The most important point, in my opinion, after those 3 is going to be range of motion, okay? We need to be focusing on getting a really good stretch at the bottom of the rep. Actively pull your toe up towards you to ensure that you fully lengthen your calves at the bottom of the rep. And then the final point to consider is going to be your exercise selection. I would suggest heavily biasing straight leg rather than bent leg variation so that you can heavily bias that more visible and larger gastrocnemius rather than the smaller soleus, which is the underlying muscle.